Howdy folks, Ultra here, and welcome back to Eternia SMP, the best place on the planet to play Minecraft 1.19. I almost said 16, my goodness. Anywho, fun video today. I have some fun things to show you in addition to regular Minecrafting. And in fact, before I tell you the main topic of today, let me show you one of those fun things. I plotted all of the bases on Eternia. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's have a look. So here's the world as a whole, all of Eternia. And we've had a few border expansions. If you want to know how far we've expanded, look at the tall turtle right here. This is us. We were against the original world border and then expanded to the edge of this little tall turtle base, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then expanded here. And then there's a little bonus expansion, I think. So checking this out. It looks busy, but it's not too bad actually once you stare at it for a minute. I had to choose colors that would stand out from all the colorful Minecraft Dynamap colors, so I chose an ugly burnt orange and pink. But anyway, spawn is right here where the little globe is, if you can see it. There it is. If you come over here, this is Tall Turtle, right? We have a vertical base. We're actually going to be expanding more to the north and to the east eventually, once I finish up my southern thing here. And then these little tall turtle bases. This is my copper mine. This is my sand collection area. And this is my terracotta area. They're all connected in the nether, but I'm going to do overland rail because it's super cool. Anyway, here's Golden Fran, who's been joining us again recently. Just chose a new base there. Fani. Fani's on the server with us a lot. She's there. Epona with New Anope and the expansions here. Aldwendon has all the farms in the ocean. Lady Vivian and Nursing Geek, who have YouTube channels and Twitch channels, watch them. They share area. And they have a path going over the coast, like, who also has a YouTube channel. Watch him. And then some other people, Queuing Stan, who puts on enormous cathedrals. I've featured in many YouTube videos on other servers than this one. Comet has 2 bases now, huge hole in the ground, cannot wait to visit. It looks amazing in the images been shown with us. Papa Don, he plays and leaves and plays and leaves. He's back with us right now. And let's see, other names you may or may not recognize. Mr. Gypster, of course, huge builder of farms we use. And some names, Minx Dinosaur has been on the server with us a lot lately. And then Zapper Virus has moved on, but you're probably watching, so welcome Zap to the video. But Zap wants to come back. And then some others who I never really got to know in here. Stardog had a pretty big base when I plotted this out, but never knew them too well. But the big ones I pointed out, the ones I know very well, some more casual players, so to speak. And then you can see everybody kind of huddled around in the beginning here, and then we expanded out and expanded out. So hopefully I didn't offend anybody who I don't know very well, but most of these people I know incredibly well, and I talk about them. I not talk about them a lot, but I reference them a lot, right? Otherwise, some non-player bases. We have Xmas Village, which we need to visit still. I still haven't visited that place. It's been around since near the beginning. Halloween Town, we did a build there, and then something happened. I think I had a sick kid during the event. Never made it to the event, but we need to visit the finished area of Halloween Town. Christmas Village, Halloween Town. Did I say that right? And then I'm just making sure I pointed everybody out here. Just make sure I didn't offend anybody, but I think I pointed out pretty well. But anyway, there's Eternia for all of its glory and where our bases are. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space in between. I used to say that my closest neighbor was Fani to the north, but it's actually Dinosaur to the south, and Fani's actually more to the northwest, which I didn't realize. So it's interesting plotting this out. But anyway, there you go. That's all I wanted to say about this fun little thing. And now the next thing I wanted to show you is I finished the city side of my city phase of the base, because this is the city side and this is the urban housing side. Oh my, those shine a long ways. And that's the, the urban housing, which we're actually going to talk about in more detail in a minute. But first, I want to show you that I finished my city. Very exciting. So well, I guess this is phase 3, but I'm calling it phase 2 now. It's halfway done. And I'm going to show you, so I'm coming all the way back out here just to show you. All right, so here we go. This I want to show you. Entering Koteberg. You come in here, you got a peace garden, meditative garden, and then, oh, there's an airplane up there. Oh, cool. I was thinking building an airport over there. I think I told you that, but it would take up too much space. I might still do it, though. Ooh, I do want a rail line going from here to my sand resource area. Maybe I'll build an airport there. Ooh, anywho, nothing new here, just wastebasket, bus stop, type of thing. Oh, don't look over there, spoilers. You come up here, and here we have our welcome center, or visitor center. Just a cute little thing. I got the idea because Duluth, Minnesota, which is a pretty sizable city, especially for tourism, has these little, well, a couple of these little tiny visitor center hut things that nobody knows about but me, apparently, for some reason. But they're there. If you look, they exist. Just cute little things. There you go. Very simple place to sit. That's about it. I was going to put a mat down so they can rest their feet, but decided not to. Well, Cultifon is on with us. Moving inventories. Yeah, that's always fun. Thank goodness for multiple homes, though. Whoops, I just hit the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, we get to do homes. I set homes when I move stuff. Anywho, this you've all seen. So let's go back here and show you the other new stuff, and then we'll kind of look at the city as a whole. Oh, maybe you should fix the pothole so you don't slip. Do I have anything with? I don't have any things with me. I should really fix that. Actually, we can fix it by going like this. Upside down. There you go. No more pothole. I'm organizing my main home, trying to decide if a sorting system would be too much. You mean leg here? We have no leg here that I know of. OG. I didn't mean OG. Golterfon is an OG player. As am I, but that's not what I meant. I really like, let's just do this. Let's fix this. And the reason for this is because we don't want people to trip in the pothole. And then for some reason, there's like a culvert or whatever they call them down there. And then it comes out here. There. That's my excuse for that. And I'm sticking to it. This should really be a stair, though. Let's take care of that. And we'll do that by take those there and then put the stair there. There we go. Then we can walk up. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so that was fixed. That was just an oversight. I wasn't planning to do that in the video, but I did. So there we go. Come up here, all like decorative and stuff. There's lighting in there and everything. This is completely not spawnable. My entire city side of this base is not spawnable, and the housing side will be not spawnable. The only way mobs can get here is if they spawn way up there and fall off. But then I'm hoping by the time I build up my houses, they'll be like fenced in. Oh crap. I thought it was a thunderstorm. It's not. It's just regular rain. Regular rain I'm fine with. Thunderstorms freak me out, especially because none of this is protected. But anyway, the housing up there right here will have fences. So anything that does spawn up there and fall off will get stuck behind fences. So it will be completely mob free down here. Remember, because it's all protected too high and there's a gate. And yeah, you get the idea. We've talked about it many times. Anywho, moving along, the boardwalk. Let's see, we talked about the restrooms in the last time. Oh, don't look up there, spoiler. All right, so anyway, what do we have here other than a scenic view of a swamp? Fountain or natural waterfall, I guess. And I have so much I want to say, and I can't forget any of it. I'm stumbling over my words. So this I decided to make an art gallery. It's going to be a bunch of stores, but I just did a bunch of stores by the beacon, and I didn't really want to copy what I just did. So I decided to make this art gallery. So now we have 2 art galleries on the server. Those of you who don't know, this is my children's art that I've put in the game through a texture pack. Now that they're in the upper middle school, almost in high school, they don't really have art projects anymore to bring home. At least they don't bring them home. It's not like elementary school where the teacher sends art projects home with them. Now it's like, here's our project, if they even have art. And they're like, yeah, just throw it away. So I don't get to see much art, so I haven't updated this in a while, but hopefully there'll be something new here. Also started importing my niece's art. She's 18, almost 18, but she does some photorealistic drawings. That looks like somebody has a photo and used a filter. That's what her art looks like. It's insane. So maybe I'll start importing some of that. But anywho, there you go. So it's art gallery. You know, lots of open space, lighting hidden behind pillars. Not too busy in terms of stuff, and that's just how art galleries are, right? I've been to a few art galleries in my day, and you go in there and it looks like you're walking in an empty room except for art on the walls. So there you go. That's my art gallery. That's what I did on the boardwalk. So very, very different from what I was originally going to do, but that's just how I roll. I fixed some stairs here. Not that it matters a big deal to you all, but I thought I mentioned it. The other big thing I did to finish the city is my building in the middle, which is one of the uglier builds I've ever had. This is not what I anticipated in the middle of my city. In fact, if you recall, all this green area was supposed to be like super weird, modern and fancy condos and apartments, just like I'm going to have over there, which I'll talk about later. I was going to have that here, but I just couldn't work it in. I mean, there's enough space here from this road to this road. I could easily squeeze in a building, like even this building here. This building would fit in here. So I could have put in a few more buildings here and then maybe back there behind this thing. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the green space. And you can't really see anything back here when you enjoy the skyline anyway. So it's not like it would fill in anything missing. So I just decided, you know what, let's just put some hills in here. You know, kids can get bored and climb on the hills. People can sit on the hills. They can have, like, I don't know. I was going to say some examples, but I won't. There's some certain events they could have here, I guess, if they wanted to on the hills. So I just decided to make a tall hill and a small hill and just cover it with flowers and stuff. I mean, it looks nice, but it's not my original vision at all. It's not because I'm getting lazy and complacent and bored with this area. I just couldn't figure out how to fit things in. And I like the, oh look, I'm hiding, the airplane is blocking the rain. That's cool. Anyway, I wanted to not cut off this open view of stuff here. Like I like walking here and seeing this open view of the swamp. So I didn't want to cut that off with buildings, especially this cove. Isn't this gorgeous? So anyway, that's my excuse for not putting in a bunch of buildings like I was going to. So instead I have this ugly thing, which, I don't know. I guess it's not that bad, but it's not one of my greatest builds, especially because this is the center of town. So what I decided to make up for how ugly this is it's simply going to be the Old Town Hall historic landmark. That is how I justify this nasty thing. And, yep, that's how I justify this. But you go inside and you go in and like, oh, look at that. A big teeth, right, for turtle. And then copper, which I've waxed, so it'll stay copper forever. Oh my, we're leaking in here. Oops, see a golden frond. We're leaking. And then books. And places to sit down. If you don't mind a sliver on your bum. Because they haven't been refinished. So that's all this is. I'm proud of the inside. I'm proud of what I came up with on the inside. And I'm proud of the name justifying its ugliness. So that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, and I have daylight sensors, so these are off until it's dark. So that's how those work, and because it's raining, they're on. So everything is, when these are on, I swear I hear a ghast. That's so weird. When all these lights are on, there's another one down here that's sensor too. When all the lights are on, there are no spawnable blocks. You'd have to go over to the housing area, which eventually will have no spawnable blocks. So yep, there it is. This is what I decided to put in the middle. Again, it's not, I don't know. It's not my vision, but I'm happy with how this all turned out, I guess. All said and done, because I did not want to block this off like my original plan was. I already said that, but anywho, one last thing I wanted to do in this portion of the video, before I do one more fun thing, is I want to go up here and just look at my city from up above. I wanted to stay out at night to see it in the dark, but I haven't slept since I got on the server to record, so I will get attacked by those big mosquito things. Can't remember what they're called. I haven't seen one in years. Phantoms, that's what they are. Maybe we'll stay and sit in the corner. I don't know. But anywho, can we see? Yeah, we can kind of see. Not really. Might have to fly around. I was hoping we get a better view of the area. I guess we have to go over to that one to look. But anywho, so yeah, that's it. So I know my voice sounds like I'm kind of disappointed with what I've got going on there. And I'm not. It's just not what my original vision was. But it'll be fine. Yeah, I can like jump down, right? Yeah, there you go. Let's not die. But yeah, so, I mean, it's not like we're going to be back here that often anyway. I'm going to go up in this building. We can have a look around. I don't remember how to get in this building. It's very difficult to get in this building. It's a very private access, apparently. There we go. There we go. And we go up here. Yep. So that is it for the city side of this phase. Never say never. I might add some more buildings over here on a whim. Maybe a couple months, year from now, I'll be like, you know what? I need another building. You know, you can always do construction. So that might happen. Or perhaps, perhaps I will rebuild that. No, that building's a historical landmark. I can't rebuild that ugly thing. But I can put something in here, put something in here. I don't know. Maybe something on stilts over the boardwalk, right? Like have like a canopy thing with a building over it. You know, get creative. Who knows? Doesn't look too bad from up here. But anyway, so that is the city side of this phase. Now, I want to talk about my plans for the urban housing side, but I actually made a map for that. So I know this is kind of busy to look at, but it's not too bad once you start staring at it. So obviously the city is here, Winter Village, or Winter Park is here. The beacon, this was taken before I built up the beacon area. And this is my urban housing. So the main road's already there. And we have another main road going through here. And then it's going to cross the bridge. And then we're going to keep going and build our taunting area for the outpost. And then there's going to be another road. So this road, and this road are all going to be the same size as this road. These will be slightly narrower with a cul-de-sac. This will start wide and then fizzle out and get narrower. So it even says right here, the road gets narrower and deteriorates as it gets to here. So that's the road planning. As far as what is going in here, well, let's start over here. We already have kind of a garden area here. This is going to continue to be a garden and parks as I put these narrow houses around, which I've already built in my own creative world. Hopefully I can replicate them. So I have some narrow houses, kind of like Australia. When I met somebody from Australia, they talked about their houses and showed me pictures, and they were like very narrow, very long, up against each other. I thought that was kind of cool, so we're going to try to do that here. And then we'll make them look nice and line up with the road. Then whatever weird shape we get behind it will be our garden and our parks. And then over here we'll have regular houses with yards, only a couple, not many. Then we're going to have a road that's very different from these. So basically a very long driveway, a private road, private driveway, going to a circular area with a fountain and a mansion, question mark. I'm not saying I'm going to build a mansion. It's just what I'm building here. I'm not going to tell you. And then I'm going to plant some thick trees in a garden here. Thick trees here to block them from the regular folk. And then their backyards go up to the trees. So I'm incredibly excited to see how this is going to turn out. I can't wait at all. And then down here, of course, thick grasses and moss and lighting. This, of course, is going to be unapproachable, right? Because we're 2 block high, but I'm still going to fill it in with vegetation, you know, just to block off the view of the 2 block high stuff. Then over here, bigger houses. You know, yards will all come together here and share, kind of like in developments here in Minnesota. You have all these houses like this, and they don't really share a yard, but all the yards come together, right? And without fences, you would think it's one big park, but it's not. It's individual yards. They're all going to kind of share. I don't think I'm going to put fences up. We'll see. Just more dense, right? Almost touching each other. And of course, the one house on the end with a nice bridge that's protected. And then, you know, the reason why this road comes around is they can access all the houses, and then it deteriorates because, you know, people don't want to vote to pay taxes to keep this road up. And they say that because I live in an area where we have a dirt alley. I'm in the city of Minneapolis, like in the actual city. We have a dirt alley because when they did all of the alleys and paved them all like 30, 40 years ago, one row of neighbors wouldn't sign the thing to raise their taxes to pay for our alley, so we get a dirt alley. Everyone else has paved except us, and it's a disaster. In the city, you cannot live in my block without all-wheel drive, unless, well, you can't, because you have to get off the street in the winter, and you will get stuck in the alley because it gets rutted and stuff. So yeah, in fact, my neighbors, they have such a disastrous time. They're like, well, it's cheaper to buy new all-wheel drive vehicles than move. So they're going to buy new all-wheel drive vehicles just to stay in their house. It's hilarious. But, so these people over here didn't want to pay the taxes, so they get a deteriorated road. And then here we're going to have a few more houses, just like these, but just across the street. And then cul-de-sac, so this might be a park, or maybe I'll stick a house in there. Coming back over here, we're going to have low-rise townhouses, so like 2-story townhouses, and then mid-rise condos. I don't want them too high because I don't want them to interfere with the skyline. So the difference, at least in the United States, between a townhouse and a condo, a townhouse, you all have your front door, so you can all like walk down the sidewalk, go up the steps, go in your own door into the building. So like they each get their own door for each unit, blah, blah, blah. Usually they'll be like back to back, so the people in the middle only get windows in the front, and then you get 2 on the side, that type thing. Or maybe I'll make them wider so they get front and back windows. I don't know. But townhouses, you get your own access, like your own garage usually, and your own door from the outside. Condos are basically apartments that you buy instead of rent. I mean, some people say they're nicer than apartments, but I know people in condos, and I've been in nicer apartments. So you go in, the building has an entrance, and then you have your units within, and you share a garage and stuff. So that's townhouses versus condos in the United States. And then up here, we're going to have modern condos. Don't know what that means yet. Just some funky looking ugly stuff, basically, to fill in the space. So those are my plans for my urban housing, or my city housing, which will thus conclude this phase of the base. Remember, we concluded phase 1 with Winter Park and the Beacon. Phase 2 is going to be the south, but this is phase 2 now. And then, but this is still, could be a couple months or even a year out, depending how much time I get to play. I'm all caught up with Forza Horizon now. So until Forza Motorsport comes out sometime later this year, my focus is Minecraft and Flight Sim. So maybe this will take less time than I think. But that is the plan for my city housing, at least for now, subject to change, of course. And there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We're just going to fly away in our plane and fly away into the clouds. IFR landing, folks. Category 3B. You can't see anything. So if you enjoyed it, yeah, just an update video. No building today, just because I just had stuff to show you. And that made enough video. So we'll see. We'll build some houses together. I want to check out the original phase 2 and block that area off down south, which I want to do on camera because I'm going to be attacked by stuff in the forest. And anyway, I give you a 3rd-person outro, but I got to see where I'm flying. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.